Hello and a very happy new year to you all. In this video we'll be taking a look back how my Hargreaves Lansdown stocks and shares ISA portfolio performed over the month of December. I'll also be revealing how much my £50,000 worth of premium bonds earned me at the end of this video, and see how those winnings compare to the best available easy access savings account currently available on the market. I hope you all had a great Christmas and got to see loved ones. Of course this time of year isn't so great for everyone, so if you are feeling low then please reach out. You're never as alone as you feel. I've heard January described as the Monday of months, and that sums it up pretty well. Now the party season and the social obligations are fading a bit, it could be a great time to focus on you. Take some time for yourself and do what you love doing. I heard some great advice the other day. You wouldn't let a friend down, so make time in your schedule for you. Put some time aside for you in your diary as you would a friend. Even if it's just for an hour or so, just to do something you really love. I'll leave some links below though for other avenues for help. I'm sorry this video has taken a little bit longer than normal to make. My PC decided it wanted to identify as wrapping paper for its New Year's resolution. I think it's sorted now though, after some delicate adjustment. Now normally I look back at how the various factors have affected the markets over the previous month, but this being January and the start of a new year, and the fact that December was depressing as balls, I thought maybe I'd try and look forward. Mainly because as investors, we want to know what is going to make us money moving forward. The reason why I look back is because I think there's a lot to learn that can shape your decisions about where the best place to invest could be. Of course there's never any guarantee that history will repeat itself, but I like to go into things with as much knowledge as possible. At the start of 2023 we are seeing the same problems rearing their heads, but some aren't so prominent. Inflation looks to be trailing off, fuel prices seem to be easing, interest rates aren't rising so rapidly. Dare I say it, these are all signs that we have seen the worst for now. Of course we are far from out the woods, but a lot of these costs are what has been hitting companies' margins. It's hard to make a profit on, say, a pair of shoes if they now cost £30 more to make, and if you add that £30 onto the shoe at sale cost, then less people are likely to buy them, so chances are your profits are going to be reduced. There are very few companies that don't rely on energy and fuel, yet benefit from the falling values of currencies. This is one of the reasons why diversification is key, and where I think holding staple stocks is important. In an ideal world, I'd hold a decent amount of commodities to keep my portfolio dipping too much while times are tough. As we're in these times currently, they're remaining fairly high. I was going to buy up some shares in the commodity industries, but I think I'm actually going to wait. Yes, I think my portfolio would benefit from them greatly, but I think now may be the time to buy up some good value stocks while they're at a discount, and then when or if the markets pick up and we see commodities dip again, then I think then is when I'll swoop in and buy some up. It's a difficult decision to weigh up. Of course the great thing with Hargreaves Lansdown is that I can set up my account to buy shares regularly each month and save on fees, so I may end up buying a small amount of a few different sectors each month just to try and spread my investments around a little. So let's start taking a look at my portfolio. As usual, I'll start with income. This is not what I want to see. I'm looking forward to filling this up though. Going back to last year's income, I got a dividend payment of just over £14 from my Aviva UK listed equity fund. In last month's update, I said my aim for 2023 was to get over £10 every month from dividends, and this payment from the Aviva fund will certainly help smash that target this year. That £10 a month goal is a pretty conservative one, to be honest. What I tend to do with my goals is set a realistic goal and then do my best to double it, or if it's time based, then half the time it takes to do something. I think that's a good way to consistently build that above and beyond mentality. As that payment from Aviva was over £10, it will be automatically reinvested as well, so it will help to boost the amount I get later in the year, as long as the dividends aren't cut. Just for perspective as well, I thought I'd see what I received in dividends in 2021. I only just cleared £1 a month, so I got a huge jump in 2022 to over £6 a month. This jump has been through me investing more actively and also from dividend payments starting to snowball. My loyalty bonus payment continues to slowly creep up, with a measly 40p added to the pot in December. I think the less time spent on that the better. Looking at my portfolio on the whole, you can see it's a real mixed bag, with some aspects performing pretty well and others, well, not so much. The markets did fall off towards the end of December, as the outlook for 2023 wasn't great, so that does explain some of it. My legal and general shares are still recovering from the mini budget earlier in the year, but with news earlier in the month that they are starting a 5-year joint venture with Vivid to provide 1,000 new sustainable homes is something that gives me hope. The new homes are 60% more efficient to run than your average new build, which moving forward is a great thing. It helps the housing and energy crisis and shows their desire for a better future rather than profiteering from a crisis like some home builders unfortunately do. It's one of the reasons I invested in LGen. Another factor that has been putting my portfolio into the red for some time now is my emerging markets fund. The ongoing COVID restrictions in China and the more global problems that we've all been suffering with hit emerging markets hard in 2022. Moving into 2023, the global situation is so dire that pretty much most markets could be defined as emerging markets. But if we look at the more traditional classification, 2023 could see some gains. There has been a lot of talk at the start of the year that emerging markets are something to keep a keen eye on. The fact is that a stagnating growth in developed markets could well be not such a limiting factor here. Another one of my investments that could well be helped by China opening up again to the world could be Rolls-Royce. Although they have done well to diversify their income, a massive bulk still comes from servicing their engines, and if more planes are in the air, then that means more engines to service. The price has been soaring lately and peaked over the £1 mark for the first time in a long time. I wasn't planning on buying more if it went over £1, so I really need to think about if I still want to trickle cash into Rolls-Royce or to wait and see if it dips before I buy more. There's still so much hype when it comes to Rolls-Royce. It could very well continue to rise from here. The new CEO seems to favour a cautious, steady route, which is sensible. I think this attitude could well translate to their share price as well. In December I bought 24 more shares in Rolls-Royce, bringing my total amount held to 212. The S&P 500 ended the year with a fizzle rather than a bang. Usually considered one of the benchmarks for investors, the S&P 500 actually lost just over 18% in 2022 overall, making it the 7th worst performing year since 1926. Of course, there's no guarantee that 2023 will be a better year for this fund, but if you compare the returns over the long run, there have been considerably more years of positive returns compared to the losses. The 3 Fidelity funds I hold performed well over December. The index world is still slightly in the red. I'm still planning on selling this fund off and potentially splitting the proceeds to buy out some more shares. I just haven't quite decided which ones yet. I've got a few I'm keeping an eye on and will hopefully make a video soon discussing what they are and why they're on my watch list. I'll run through the remaining funds I've not looked at quickly now before we take a look at my premium bonds. Let me know below though if you have any predictions for 2023. It'd be interesting to take a look back later in the year to see how they fared. Now onto my premium bonds. As I make this video, the best easy access current account currently pays 2.86%. I hold the full allocation of £50,000 worth of premium bonds. If I had that 50k in the best paying easy access savings account, then I would have received just shy of £120 in interest. So let's take a look at what I won in January. So unfortunately I failed to beat what I could have earned in interest with my premium bonds this month. £75 is not to be sniffed at though. That pays for half a tyre, and seeing as I've had to replace 3 in just over a month, I'm pretty grateful. That's all for today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for future content. Stay safe out there. Peace.